Can you
Yeah, I
talk
can
again?
talk. I can talk some more. Yeah, sure, I can talk. No problem, dude.
All right, let's launch into this.
You already hit recording. We're recording.
Yeah. Ooh,
All
I
right.
just landed right on the middle of the couch. You know
Uh,
where like the two cushions are.
and there's like a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, man. Sorry.
Damn.
I got close to your foot there. I could probably use that as a thumbnail though.
Getting yeah, like you're about to put your mouth on my foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be popular.
Yeah. The lack of motivation to keep a podcast is definitely set in pretty hard.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So my last episode could be any day now.
Do you really think you're eventually just gonna call it quits? Just
I
not do it
mean,
anymore?
it's either I look at podcasting the same way I look at dating women.
Yeah.
You're either going to break up with them almost immediately
Yeah.
or you're going to be with them for the rest of your life. So, even though it's not true at all.
There's no.
But that's how I
there's
look
no
at it.
middle
But that's how I
ground.
look at it.
There's no date for like a year or two, and
Well,
then
I've
break up?
never dated a girl for more than a year and a half.
Yeah.
You've dated a girl for like 15 years.
No. That's not correct.
10, right?
But even dating a girl for a year and a half, that's a long time. That's not
Yeah.
breaking up
But
with them
most of it was
immediately.
long distance.
Oh, yeah, then yeah, you pretty much immediately broke up with them.
Yeah, can I tell you a crazy story about one of my exes?
Is it the long distance one?
It was one that eventually happened long distance, and then we broke up.
Okay,
It
sick.
was my sophomore year of college.
Uh-huh.
Wonderful girl, and 2 months into our relationship, maybe
Mhm.
she broached the. She was like, "Why have you never farted in front of me?"
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I just never, just literally by pure circumstance, I just hadn't really even. I'm sure I held in a couple, but
Sure.
it wasn't like I was just bursting at the seams. And then I, and then and then and then I was like, well, you haven't farted in front of me. And she was like, well, I don't feel comfortable doing it until you do it. And then I was like, well, you just guaranteed I'm never farting in front of you. Because I guess she was gassy. So
Oh.
so then flash forward like another month and a half. I'm in her. I just refuse now. When I feel a fart coming, I'm like, "Ugh," just like, or I would excuse myself, and then I'd come back. She'd be like, "Did you just fart?" And I'd be
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, I did,"
Mhm.
and she'd be mad. So then, like a month and a half after that, I'm in her dorm room. She's just like in lingerie. That's all she's wearing. She
Ooh,
sits
you
me
got a
down on her
lingerie
bed.
fart. Nice.
Dude, get ready. She sits me down on her bed, and she's like, and then I'm just sitting there like completely straight like this. She walks in front of me, just standing there, and she's like, and I'm like, "Are you okay?" And then she just lets out the loudest fart I've ever heard in my life. Her knees, the fart was continuous for like 20 seconds. Her knees buckled like she got shot, and she crumpled onto the ground, kept farting
Whoa.
while she hit. You could
Was she
hear.
laughing?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean,
Yeah.
it was one of the most surreal things I've ever seen in my entire life. I was laughing so hard that I couldn't breathe for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. That's
And then I
pretty sick.
still don't know if I farted in front of her ever after that.
Damn, you owed her one after that performance, dude.
I learned a lot from that relationship.
Relationships are about
Yeah.
reciprocation.
I know.
Jeez,
I know.
man.
I feel bad about that.
This isn't a relationship thing, but when I was a kid, we went to Las Vegas. My family, we went to Las Vegas, and we went. My dad really likes magic, like illusions.
Dude,
And
I
we,
love magic.
yeah, you do. You've done magic on the pod. But
Prestidigitation.
we went to this magic shop, and they had like gags, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the gags was fart candy. So it was candy. It was like these root beer barrels, but you eat it and it just makes you fart a ton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it makes you
That's
fart.
awesome.
It makes you fart a lot. And I bought it and I was like, oh, I'm going to prank my friends with this when I get back. But I bought it and we still had like 5 days left in the trip. And the next day we were like riding the trains or like the subway or whatever. There's some sort of train system there. And we were riding it, and I like kind of wanted candy, but the only candy I had was the fart candy. So I was like, whatever, I'll just eat the fart candy. And I ate it, and dude, it was terrible, man. My brother switched train cars because
Are you serious?
I was farting a ton, and it just
The
smelled.
onset was that quick?
Maybe I don't think I ate it on there. I think I ate it like an hour before or
Yeah.
something. But
And you were just locked in a metal box.
yeah, and my brother was really pissed off at me because it just like stunk up the place. But
It's hard to really get mad at farts, though, still. Even though, I mean, because I'm sure they were loud, right?
I don't remember if they were
If
loud.
they're silent, that I would be pretty upset if you were
Yeah.
just like silently gassing. But if they were loud, at least you could get a laugh out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad used to do this thing where he'd just be like, "Come here," and this was when I was like 6 years old, and he'd just hold my head and just fart in directly into my face. Like he'd literally like pull my head behind his ass and just fart on me.
I feel like that's like sexual assault.
I think it is.
Because it's like it's his ass.
It was really fucked up. You could feel the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stuff inside of his body is going out all over you.
It is. It's splooging. Microparticles are splooging all over my face.
Yeah.
He also would do the what?
You ever get pink eye from your dad's farts?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I have
Okay.
gotten pink eye 2
It'd
times.
be hard
though.
to build a case in court then.
Yeah, it would. There's no tangible evidence that he's been farting on your face.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're just going on my testimony. I'd probably have to describe what the fart smells like.
Yeah.
Well, you know how smell is like the one sense
strongest
that's with
sense tied to
memory?
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I'll be in a public area and someone will rip up my dad fart, and
Oh,
I'll have the
wow.
craziest like
Flashbacks.
like
yeah,
the That's
yeah,
So
yeah.
Raven.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You're like a Vietnam War vet, like
I
thinking
am.
they're back in the jungle.
I'm back in the trenches of my dad's
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's sad, man.
yeah.
It's just sad. You're bringing everybody down on the pod.
Sorry, I got another cool story
Okay.
about my dad. He used to do this thing also when I was a little kid, where he'd just be like, "Give me your hand," and then he would take my hand and just squeeze it as hard as he could.
Oh, I hate that.
And he would take the knuckle of my forefinger and my pinky and touch them. They would like touch each
Dude.
other. It would bend that much.
Wow.
And
your
because
dad
of that,
was
me
abusive.
and my brother both know how to do that to other people's hands because
Mhm.
we had to fight back.
Mhm.
So it was kind of good in the long run. So I think I'm probably gonna do that to my son.
It sounds like your dad was just a bully.
I think he also threw me naked at girls in the pool.
Oh wow. So he was a bully and like a really aggressive
I think
wingman.
He just he sort of So it sort of offsets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever been a wingman?
I don't think so. No.
Seems
I
like kind
don't-
of a myth.
Yeah.
What really can you do aside from the initial introduction and the setup?
Yeah, I think it's more just like having somebody to go with you, especially if she's with a group of people. It's way easier to walk
That's
up
true.
as more than one guy. It seems way less predatory.
You're just like an emotional
It's-
support dog.
It's a group activity then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've ever done that for anybody. I don't think I would be great at it.
Dude.
Have you been a wingman?
No, I've never even been offered the opportunity to be. I think people would think that I would probably steal the girl for myself. No, they don't think that. But I think they do think I'd say something really stupid. Dude, while I was at dinner with my friend who went to Brown, his friend who's doing UChicago Law was the president of their class at Brown, and then her friend who's also doing UChicago Law. I made like the craziest off-color joke, and which I'll tell you after the pod.
Okay.
I mean, to us, it's not crazy at all. You'd just be like, "Oh, it's okay. It's fucked up."
Yeah.
But I said it to them, and it's honestly, it's not even fucked up. It was just so out of left field, and it just like completely flatlined.
Did it just
Dead
totally
silence.
grind everything to a
Like,
halt?
and after my friend was like, "What the fuck, dude?" The whole thing went well.
Your
though.
friend, how did he know these ladies?
He went to Brown with one of them.
With one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
And then why'd the other one come?
She was friends with the girl from Brown.
Okay.
And there was a
So was this a
potential.
double
there was
date?
a potential. No, because my friend is in love with another girl, which he won't
Okay.
admit. But it doesn't matter because the people who watch this podcast don't know who he is. But he listens, so I hope he hears this. Anyway, it was just one of her friends, and they were sort of hoping that me and her might possibly have something.
I see.
Maybe, possibly, potentially, because she had just broken up with her
Uh-huh.
boo thing. But I think she definitely thought I was extremely retarded. So that's not
Okay.
gonna happen.
And then didn't you have some connection with the other one on something? I can't remember what it was. Maybe you don't even want to talk about it.
They're both
but-
women.
No, but you connected with about like a comedian or something.
Oh, Norm.
Norm, that's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, and then I geeked out about Norm,
Yep.
which
Yep,
isn't
yep.
good. All right, so let's like analyze the pod so far. So
Yeah.
I think the fart stuff was good. I think that was the strongest stuff. So I've been really thinking about how to get better at podcasting
Okay.
because I have to listen to all the episodes
Yeah.
back, and it's really painful to listen to.
Sure.
And my biggest conclusion is I say dude too much,
Okay.
and I talk about myself too much,
Okay.
and I've done basically exclusively that already. So
Yeah, I
if
think
we could sort of transition the conversation to anything else,
anything else.
and then be like really eloquent about whatever we're saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
And I'll just roll with it though.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else
Yeah.
we could possibly talk about.
Also,
that's
yeah,
not-
I'm also not good at taking pressure off my guests.
Yeah.
I quite frequently put a good amount of pressure on them to carry the conversation.
Yeah, I didn't have anything prepared to talk about, and I don't really have much.
You know how Matt made that list of things he's bad at?
Yeah.
I sort of have like started. He listed stuff on that list that I didn't even really consider.
Uh-huh.
Like he has one where he's just like, I'm not giving in conversation.
Oh, interesting. Not
Yeah.
giving, like, what is it, like, pushing this conversation forward,
Yeah,
or
he's not contributing.
not
a lot,
contributing?
I think.
Yeah, yeah. I don't contribute much to conversations, I feel like.
Do you think about that while it's happening?
I do,
If there's like a
yeah.
group of 5,
Yeah, I do, for sure.
do you get nervous?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
At Hunter's, we were hanging out at Hunter's, and I was not super talkative, and I felt self-conscious about it.
I felt super self-conscious about that last night.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, I don't know where you go during that, but I'm always like, nobody cares about you. Just
Yeah,
let them do their thing. But then
nobody's thinking about
sometimes there
you
will
as
be
much as you do.
silences,
Sure.
and you're like, I feel the responsibility to help with this.
Yeah. Wait, last night.
I was at my climbing gym.
Oh, okay. At your
Yeah.
climbing gym, you felt that way, like with your coworkers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They were all like hanging out, and they know each other better than I know them.
Yeah.
I'm like an outsider in their group,
Yeah.
and then I also just feel like a freak.
How long you been working there now?
Since August, but like
Okay.
they're like a different department
I see.
than me. Yeah,
Okay.
so they're like really close.
Yeah. Is that gonna be like one of your friend groups though? Like are you gonna have a? Are you gonna have?
I don't hang out with them outside of work
Okay.
because yeah, comics are good.
But yeah, dude, I've been thinking about the conversation thing about how I'm not great at conversation, and I feel like it wasn't always like this. I feel like I used
I think
to,
you used to be a bright spot in
or at least like
conversation.
decent.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I really am not
You'd
sure.
think that we would get better, right?
Yeah, you would think
Like
so.
doing comedy.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude. Nah, yeah, it is.
Sick. But yeah.
I feel that way at the Lincoln Lodge a lot.
Okay.
That's a comedy club. We're
Yeah,
being
comedy.
recorded right
Lincoln
now.
Lodge is a local.
Yeah, when there's like a
Chicago
group of
comedy
comics
club.
that I don't really know,
For sure.
and they're all talking,
Yeah.
I'm just like, should I just shut the fuck up? But then at the same time, it's like I don't have anything to say, so
Yeah, I usually just opt for not saying anything unless somebody says something I can say something about.
I don't think that you and I are able to pull off the cool guy like
No,
silence,
I've got
you
no.
know?
Yeah, I've got no.
I look very nervous and jittery.
Yeah, I can't pull off the cool guy anything. Silence or talking or doing anything otherwise. Some people have that cool guy shit going for them.
Yeah,
I don't really.
man, I
like
strive
that.
for it. I don't even like it.
No,
but
I don't like
strive
it either.
for it. I still want to be it.
You want to be it?
I want to be mysterious.
Yeah.
That's in my notes. My coworker was going through my notes today, and he just clicked. He like put the mouse on it. It just said, "I'm working on becoming more mysterious." And he was like, "That's crazy that you have that in your notes." I was like, "It's true."
I feel like you're kind of an open book, dude. To be
I
honest.
hate it so much, dude. It's so pathetic.
Why?
It sucks.
No,
it's just
people
like
love
so
that.
lame.
No,
Do
people
they?
love that. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I'm so queefy and fucking. Who gives a fuck? I hate
Well,
it.
nobody does.
Why can't I just be like telling stories of things that are like sort of out there
like
and
what?
theoretical?
Like what happened? Like what would the ancient Egyptians do if they saw an electric vehicle?
Yeah. See, that would mean I'm cool. People would want to hang out with that guy.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People-
I don't know.
I think the best thing from it is that other people feel very comfortable with opening up, and then I'll take a back seat and sort of just let them go,
Mhm.
and you can learn a ton about people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think people will follow your example where if you're really open and you talk about a lot of stuff, then
They're like,
they'll be
"Oh,
more
okay, I
willing.
can do
yeah,
that."
Yeah. they can
Yeah,
show
or
you
I'll
their
just
fucked
say
up shit.
something where they can just judge me for it super hard.
Mm.
Yeah. Dude, this one guy at my work, I was
Uh-huh.
like, he was like mysterious, and I was like, I'm going to tell him something. He'll tell me something. So then he was like, "What's up with you?" And I was like, "Dude, I ran over a dog drunk driving last night. And he was like, I'm telling your manager you told me that.
Did he really
No,
say
I'm
that?
kidding.
Oh.
I also didn't do that. Can I tell you?
So none of that was
No,
true.
none of that was real. But I like to keep people on the edge of their seats. But I do that to a certain capacity, and I have had people like kind of reject it and just not tell me their thing. And I'm like, okay, I just laid out. But anyway,
Yeah.
I was talking about this with a coworker today. Do you enjoy scaring people?
Like startling them?
Uh-huh. Oh no, you startled me.
I do. I like it. Yeah, when I mean to do it. I do it a lot unintentionally.
Like
People
outside?
people will turn and see me and be like, "Ah!" That happens like all the time.
That's never good.
No, that's
In good
not.
lighting?
Yeah.
It's only good lighting.
Oh, yeah, especially
yeah,
good
yeah,
lighting.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, so that sucks. But doing it like when we fucking got you at Matt's place, dude.
Uh-huh.
When Jackson was hiding, I forget where Jackson was hiding. But Jackson was hiding and jumped out and scared you.
You guys got me
And
so good.
I was under a blanket next to Matt's couch, and I jumped out and scared you.
Jackson
was so
scared
weird.
me into you.
Yeah.
It was it was really terrifying.
But you have a scaring somebody story?
Well, it's I was just because I honestly like the adrenaline of getting scared. It's exciting. Me and my friends always watch horror movies together.
Mm.
But I think scaring other people is so fun as a prank.
Yeah.
But then I was talking to my coworker. I was like, "Have you ever like really committed to scaring someone and they just don't get scared at all?" It's literally the worst feeling ever.
It does.
When
It's
you-
like a joke bombing.
No, I was just gonna say
Yeah.
the bomb of being like, ah, and they're just like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Or they're just like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, that's really pathetic.
When they don't even recognize
Or
it
they
as,
get
like,
mad,
the
or
attempt.
they have a heart attack and die, and then you're like,
Mm.
"Oh, I feel bad now."
Yeah.
That can happen.
It can.
People
yeah.
have definitely just had heart attacks from being startled.
But I also feel like if you die from being startled, you probably
were on the
didn't
edge.
deserve
Yeah,
you didn't
it was a
deserve
knife
to be
edge.
alive.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's like the Louis joke about like the of course but maybe
Oh yeah.
where the
yeah.
peanut allergies but
Yeah.
like but maybe if like if you can't even like touch peanuts you should just die.
Yeah.
Maybe we just like look away for 2 generations and we're done with that problem forever.
Right.
Yeah. It's a good bit.
Was that really 2 years ago now that we saw Mark Norman?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was right in the beginning of my comedy career.
That's crazy.
Almost 2 years exactly.
Right. That's
Whoa.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Whoa, dude.
That's weird.
Yeah, and we got to sit next to each other.
Yeah, that was sick.
Watching Mark Norman is really weird once you do comedy.
Mhm. Mhm.
It was a way different experience.
Mm.
And now it's like, well, yeah. This is
Don't say anything you can't take back on the pod, dude.
Mark could hear this.
He could
I mean, I still
potentially.
think Mark Norman. Dude, I listen to more Mark Norman than anybody in the world. Like, dude,
You changed your
this
tune
guy-
real quick.
No, I'm just saying, once you do stand up and then you watch Mark Norman, it's like zeros and ones
Right.
because it's kind of like Seinfeld too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's great. He's super funny.
But it's not.
Great-
it's not like.
great joke
It's not like
writer.
shocking because the stuff that's shocking the audiences is
Mhm.
like shocking on its own merit. But
Right.
we're so desensitized to it that it's like we see the structure
Yeah, yeah.
and then it's like, oh, okay. So that's the shocking thing. We're
Yeah.
not like, ooh, we don't get startled. Yeah.
yeah.
Nothing startles me anymore conversationally.
Yeah. Honestly, hearing a funny joke is kind of like hearing a good joke is kind of like getting startled.
It is. Yeah, it's surprise. Yeah, whenever I read my jokes, I'm like, where am I surprising the audience?
I wonder about that too.
And then I'll just be like, no, this is just nothing. This is just me talking.
Yeah.
And then there's like a big rise in comedy where you just say the last thing or you do the pause where it's like, I was playing the Wii.
Yeah.
And you're like, were you?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I hate that. I hate that.
Or when people say their
delivery.
punchline and then they'll be like, and then like they'll like
Yeah.
the next 2 words. are
But
just, yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Bargatze actually does that. He used to do
he
that a
do
lot
it.
more, but
He did it like every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he does it some, but not as much.
but he gets such big laughs now that you can't even notice.
Right.
He's so good.
What was I just gonna say about stand up?
I don't know, man.
I can't remember.
Let's get in the weeds about it though. This is a stand-up comedy podcast. We
Yeah,
do
that
love
was the
stand-up. We
original
could just talk about
intention.
stand-up.
Yeah, we could talk about stand up. Shoot, we were talking about Mark Normand and
Zeros and ones, structure, surprise,
Yeah.
startled.
I think
joke.
it's totally gone.
No, we're gonna get it.
No, I think you're going.
No, we're gonna get it.
You're going in the wrong direction. I think it was after talking about Mark Normand.
That's where I was going. I started at Mark Normand. I was working my way backward or forward.
Oh.
Jim Jeffries has a great joke where he's like, if you don't know what that means, get a thesaurus, work your way forward. Or maybe it's dictionary. Fuck.
Yeah, it's probably a dictionary. A thesaurus wouldn't.
Can I tell you a Jim Jeffries joke that I thought of yesterday?
You thought of a Jim Jeffries joke.
Yeah, I was like reminded of it.
Yeah, okay.
He's talking about pandas
Mhm.
and how they're his least favorite animal, and he's like, the panda has no natural predators. And then he's like, they're literally just going extinct because they won't fuck. That's why they're going extinct. Then he's like, they put pandas in a cage with each other, and they just didn't fuck. And he's like, you put me in a cage with anything for a week, I'll fuck it. I was thinking, yeah, if I was in just an enclosure and there was one object in there, eventually you'd see what you could do with it, right? I'm not the only one that would do that. Dude, come on.
I'm sure there's plenty of other people that would do that,
But you can also agree.
No.
If you had an electric toothbrush, you're telling me not once.
I might do something with an electric toothbrush.
Now that you see the vision?
Yeah. I was picturing a rock, and I was like, I'm not going to try to fuck a rock.
How big of a rock?
Oh, you make a good point. Is
Dude.
it one of those, like, whetstones?
Ooh. Yeah. I was thinking jagged. For the anal fissure.
Hey, come on.
I'm sorry, man. Dude, when I was writing down the list of things to roast you about, I wrote anal fissure ? I still don't know what an anal fissure is.
Dude, it's a tear.
What if I say Drew has an anal fissure and that guy keeps catching cocks? All right.
You could say I'm really dedicated.
What do you mean dedicated?
Because despite his anal fissure, he still takes cocks up the ass all the time. Yeah. But, dude, I wish
Drew's
I could.
the hardest worker I know.
I wish I could remember what I was going to say earlier.
I think we could still probably get back to it.
Nah, it's gone.
No, we could.
You're already checking the time,
If
trying to see
not-
if we've done an hour yet. It's been like 12 minutes.
That's how you know you've made it as a podcaster, though. When you're like, what, we got 10 minutes and then a BetterHelp ad read?
Yeah.
Still don't have ad reads.
Oh.
Why am I doing this podcast? Why am I still doing it?
Why
What's
am
the point?
Why am I hosting Lottie's?
Yeah, let's get into that, Drew. Why are you hosting Lottie's? Legendary Mike in Chicago.
Inertia, man.
Inertia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about entropy?
Sure, that too.
What's going to happen?
Eventually, I'm not going to host it. Yeah.
When?
Sure. Pretty soon, probably.
Such a thankless job.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say that to me outside of comedy. They're like, why don't you just start hosting a mic or like produce a show? And you're like, dude, it's so much work.
It's a lot of work.
And the people who do it, I admire, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And then the stress of people not coming to your show. Fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer. The worst part about people not coming to the show is then you let down like the comedians you booked.
Yeah.
That sucks.
'Cause you feel like you owe it to them. I would honestly, I'd just end up like just giving them all the money if nobody showed up.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I feel so bad.
When Matt and I did our show, we lost money both times.
God, I bombed so hard on that. That was
I
horrible.
thought you did really well.
Really well?
Yeah.
Dude, my friends literally after the show, they're like, that one was not that great.
Oh,
And then,
really?
and then one of my friends' dads was there, and apparently after they were at a bar drinking, he was like, yeah, I just didn't think he was funny. I just didn't really get any of it.
Oh, shit.
And they're like, nah, you didn't see him on a good one.
Yeah.
And I was like, you don't have to tell me that.
Did your
happened."
friends like any of the show?
I mean, I thought they thought it was entertaining to watch me flounder.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Which seems to be a common theme.
Yeah.
But then they came to the Laugh Factory one, so that sort of healed it. The Vouch.
The Vouch show, that was a crazy show.
But now they all think I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
They're all like, they see if you only see that set,
Yeah.
they're like, dude,
Yeah.
we can't wait for you to make it big time.
Yeah, that was a crazy set, man.
Even though the first like 3 minutes of it are pretty weak because I had just way too much exposition for no reason.
People enjoyed it though. People were laughing.
Yeah, and then my roommate's friend, he was like, he like watched that set and he was like, yeah, he said that there was like a part of it that like really dragged. And I was like, damn. I just posted that to my YouTube.
That's fucked.
But then also, who cares, right? That's what I'm trying to convince myself. Who cares? we should just put stuff out. I know you don't
Yeah.
put that much stuff out, but
I don't. I have 3 jokes out. I should probably put more out. I feel like
not
a
even
lot
just jokes, just
Oh.
stuff.
just stuff in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to get into making like sketches or short films or something, but I have no time, dude. There's no. I already like
Yeah, and it's
barely
so
have
much.
time for stand up, and it's so much work to make stuff like that. So maybe one day if I can like quit my job.
Yeah.
I'd love to make more stuff though.
The fantasy of not having a job, like a real job,
Dude, it makes me so horny.
it makes me so horny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I get sopping wet when I think about it.
That would be so
At my
cool.
work, my coworkers were like, "Hey, could you ever work a 9 to 5?" And I was like, "No, absolutely not." And then they were like, "Even if there was like a comedy job from 9 to 5?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, of course I could do that."
Yeah.
But that's not going to exist unless I'm
Right.
a writer.
Yeah. You'd have to write for somebody
Yeah,
or some show or something.
which I would want to do. But then I was reading this book about comedy. It was just like interviewing all these comedy writers, and I mean, there's a big difference between like writers and comics.
Uh-huh.
And he was saying like a lot of comics think it's going to transfer over, but you can't rely on just high energy shit in a writer
Yeah.
room. Like those people are writing every day.
Right.
They're obsessed with writing.
Yeah.
It's a whole different beast.
It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched The Green Room with Paul Provenza?
I have watched some of that, yeah.
Ray Romano said one of the funniest things I've ever heard about Judd Apatow. When he was like, I remember watching young Judd Apatow, and I thought that guy is gonna make a really great writer.
Yeah. They're so good at shitting on each other on that.
I know.
Yeah.
The Mark Maron episode with Bo Burnham,
Oh yeah.
where he has a sock, he has a black sock, and then he was a black sock, and then Mark Maron's like, that sounds. He was like, that's not for me, and he's like, all right, it's a white sock. It's just a huge pop.
Yeah.
He was younger than me when he was surrounded by just like comedy. He was sitting across from Gary Shandling.
That's crazy.
That was also Gary Shandling is talk about cool, dude.
Uh-huh.
That guy is both funny and cool.
Yeah, he's
Gary
super
Shandling
cool.
is so fucking cool.
Yeah, he was like a Buddhist, and then like
Mhm.
later in life he got into like boxing and stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Do you know the story about his house?
No, tell me the story about his house.
He was with he was like a terrified of commitment, and he was with a woman, and she said she like just kept being like, give me a reason why we can't get married, give me a reason why we can't get married. And he was like, I'll make a deal with you, we'll get married when I finish the house. And then he just kept changing shit about the house. Like it was just never till the day he died. It was constantly under construction.
Damn, that's
Isn't that smart?
fucking really smart.
But on the Green Room, Bo Burnham got everybody. When he was like, I have a question for like younger people like me. He's like, who are you guys? And like it killed. And then everybody, like nobody has a rebuttal. And then it cuts to Gary Shandling just going, it's funny because it's so incredibly mutual.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I would never think to be that clever.
Yeah, you got to think to be clever.
I can't do that.
You should consider it.
Because they isn't the trick to becoming great at thinking, becoming great at not thinking? Isn't that what meditation is?
I don't think that's right. I really don't think that's
Well,
right at all.
You
I
have to
think you were
not think it's right.
I don't like where this is going at all.
I'm sorry, man.
That's okay.
I'm trying to be the cool guy that doesn't talk about himself, so we're talking about
Oh yeah, we got to talk about other stuff that's not us, dude.
yeah, third party stuff.
Third party stuff.
I did yoga.
I've been thinking about doing yoga.
You should come to my gym. I'll get you in.
All right.
Yeah, I did yoga with a couple of my coworkers, and one of them farted.
Oh wait, was this about the time a while ago? You told
Uh-huh.
me that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was telling my other coworker about this today because he was like, "Do you remember when so and so farted in the yoga thing?" And then I was like, "Yeah, me and Patrick like exchanged a glance when it happened." And he was like, "I saw that, and I almost fucking cried laughing when I saw it." But yeah,
That's fun, dude.
I'll never forget thinking that a fart tumbled out of my asshole without me knowing.
How often do you do yoga?
Not a lot.
Okay.
Maybe once a month.
Dude, I think I have Achilles tendonitis.
I have no idea what that means.
You know tendonitis?
No, I know what Achilles is.
Oh, you didn't know?
Tendonitis? Is that
You
like
don't
a
know
strain?
what tendonitis is? No, it's when your tendons they got the
Itis?
itis. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I know what that is.
Yeah. But I've got it in my Achilles. I thought maybe you could recommend something for me to make it feel better.
I have some Tiger Balm.
'Cause you're a I don't. Okay,
Go ahead.
you're a former athlete. I thought
Yeah.
you'd be familiar with injuries.
And all I did was get injured, so you'd think I'd know more about it.
Yeah, but I don't know, dude.
I think tendonitis, you have to. Never mind, man. It's gonna say the dumbest shit ever. I fucking hate myself so much.
You shouldn't.
No,
You're
dude.
a great guy.
No. But I went viral today. We could talk about that 'cause it's kind of wild. So I was thinking that kind of is a milestone in my comedy career.
Mm-hmm.
Virality.
Virality?
That's a word, right?
Yeah. What?
Going viral.
Oh.
Like something that's incredibly viral.
Oh. Yeah.
Because I think that video is gonna get to over 1 million,
Uh-huh.
and that's a proof of concept, right?
So what's the concept?
That
that-
there
that-
I could get traction.
Yeah. That you could get traction. Yeah.
Like some people do
Like
want
what?
to. Yes.
Yeah. Some people view the stuff you do.
It's not just like when you go to some person's Instagram and like every one of their it's like just. Have you ever seen? I mean, it's Trace Jenkins, but
there is in the
his
double digits.
Instagram is just every single thing is just a thumbnail of him at like Comedy Vault Batavia.
Yeah.
And it has like 5 views. Like it's not
Yeah.
even double digits, and it's just
Yeah.
like him. And it's like a 10-minute long video.
It's crazy.
You could be that. I could be that. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. The fact that you are approaching 1 million views on something means there might be something more to you.
But there also was another aspect of that video that's
Yeah, I mean, I think that was buoyed by by a large object,
yeah, I do think it was.
by a large object, and by excellent thumbnail selection. I think strategic thumbnail selection was.
Look, here's the thing: is I knew. I mean, I was like, yeah, this is good for the algo, but I just didn't think anything of it. I was just like, yeah, this is part of the video.
Right.
It was like select a thumbnail, and I just slid to a part of the video.
I'm
and I
not
was
saying
like,
you
"Oh,
did.
it's
I'm not
fine."
saying you did anything wrong. I'm saying you did something very right.
I didn't know what I was doing, dude. I didn't realize I was playing with fire,
Yeah.
and I apologize
Mm.
to all parties harmed.
Mm.
I've been.
Are you gonna tag her after the fact or no?
You can't.
You can't.
Yeah, I
Dang.
looked it up.
That's a bummer.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
She commented on it.
Oh, did
I
she?
liked the comment, so
Okay.
yeah. But people are getting fucking angry in the comments.
What was her comment?
Her comment was Harry stomping on me like that lamp stomps on the letter I.
Oh, okay. Wasn't that her joke in the video too, or no?
No, that was her joke on Instagram as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay.
But it was solid, so
That is a good one.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got a lot of likes on Instagram
Nice.
for that. That's all I really care about with comedy is just likes, likes and
Yeah.
comments and reshares. I don't really
Yeah.
care about, killing at the Comedy Cellar
Right. I don't need to.
unless people like and reshare.
I don't need to hear any laughter
As long as I'm getting a
Yeah.
message across,
Yeah.
that's like that really makes them think,
Yeah.
dude. Because when I go up there, all I'm thinking is they need to believe that I am wise.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to think I'm funny.
Yeah.
As long as they think I'm wise, the funny will almost follow.
Yeah. Well, I
I go wise first,
Mm-hmm.
funny sort of second, third.
Sure. Yeah. I always just feel like people have like so much that they can learn from me.
Yeah.
So I just like use
Watching
it as
your sets is honestly like fuck. I was gonna say watching your sets is like watching a TED talk.
Yeah. I mainly
But
do.
that is what a good set is.
I mainly do TED Talk stuff.
Yeah. Dude, sometimes I'll get off stage after a really good show and a comic will be like, nobody laughed, but that was so powerful.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you, dude. That's the best compliment that you can give me.
Yeah.
I'm sending people home with something to think about, something to mull on.
Yeah. I just don't want people to forget what they hear me say.
There is a surefire way to make sure people never forget what you say.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Somehow all my conversations trend toward that. Dude, at FUPAs one time, I just was like, I was just bombing on stage, and then I was like looking at my notes, and it was like something about the N-word, and I looked up, and I was like, God, why did I write that in my notebook? And then I didn't write. I wrote the, and then I wrote N, and then dash W-R-D.
Sure.
By the way, I read the Huck Finn book from Jim's perspective.
James, yeah.
Yeah, James.
Yeah.
And it has the N-word a ton.
It
like
does.
A ton. And
Yeah.
you're reading it in your head.
Yeah.
And then it has Ebonics, like a slave talk in it.
Yeah.
Because he code switches.
Right.
And so you're doing that in your head as well. And it's really a trip to listen to because when I read, I hear my voice in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hearing myself say all this. It's as if it's real.
Yeah.
It's very trippy.
Did you finish James?
I did. I finished it very quickly.
Yeah.
It was
so
a
quick read. Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Read like a screenplay.
Yeah.
I forgot that fiction was like a candy.
Oh.
Fiction is just like
some fiction. I mean, you couldn't get through Blood Meridian, although that was kind of like
that book. Fucking don't even get me fucking started on fucking Blood Meridian, dude.
I should get that from you while I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Sam has my book, and that was a huge mistake. I don't know why I gave Sam a book. I mean, that's like, what the fuck was I thinking? What I think was gonna happen? My book, the one I wrote.
Oh, the one you wrote, yeah.
That I'm super protective over, and I was like, why don't you take this, Sam?
Wow,
I was like,
you wouldn't even give it to me.
Well, it's because I was bringing it in to show a coworker who's writing a book because they were asking about it, and I was like, here's my book. And then Sam was at my gym. By the way, Sam with the complimentary membership has not checked in a good amount of time.
Yeah.
But we'll get him in. We'll get him back on the wagon.
Yeah.
Sam's killing it way harder than either of us.
Dude, Sam is going so far.
Shout out Morky B.
Morky B.
Yeah. Anyway, this is like he's like our Bert Kreischer.
He is. Dude.
Yeah. Except we need him to keep the shirt on.
Yeah. Taking that shirt off is not gonna help.
The crowd's gonna be like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh.
Shit. Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? So he was at my gym, and I was like, "What are you gonna go do?" And he was like, "I'm probably gonna go home, lie down, and just like watch TikTok for 6 hours." I was like, "That sounds really horrible." And he's like, "Yeah." So then I was like, "Dude,"
that's a fucking nightmare.
I was like, "Why don't you read my book?" And he was like, "What?" And I just pulled out my book and gave it to him. And he was like, "Oh shit, yeah, sure." And then like a week later, I was like, "He hasn't opened my book."
No.
So I need to get that back.
Yeah.
Before something happens to it. Yeah.
Mm.
But also just looking back at my book, it's so incredibly poorly written.
Oh, is it really?
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cringe.
Do you still want all your friends to read it though?
No, I truly don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I didn't tell any of my coworkers about it until one of them, but it's on my Instagram, and one of them who's writing a book found out about it, and then she told another coworker, and then one by one, people were like, "You wrote a fucking book?" And I was like, "Yep." If you Google it, and then they could find it. And also, the good thing about having a book is it's like doing stand-up because everybody says that they're gonna buy it, and nobody actually will.
Yeah.
So many of my coworkers are like, "When's your next show?" And it's like, I don't get booked. First of all.
Yeah.
And then also it's like you're not gonna come,
right?
And you're not gonna buy my book,
right.
but also that's good because I don't want you to.
Uh-huh.
I actually don't want you to right now because they're both bad.
Right.
In
right.
like
right.
7 years, I'll be like, yeah, come watch me light it up. It's gonna be pretty wild. I'm just counting so much on the fact that I'm good in like 7 years.
Same.
I'm just banking on
really relying on that. Yeah. I'm using that to make me feel better about fucking being terrible right
Totally.
now.
Yeah. Every time I bomb, I'm like, they did this.
Yeah. Every time I bomb, I'm like, well, yeah, it's not 7 years from now yet.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
But yeah, I was at my girlfriend's friend's kid's birthday party.
Uh-huh.
And one of the guys there, like, every time I see him, he's like, I'm going to come see one of your shows. And then he, like, said, like, oh, like, I would come to Lottie's, but Tuesday nights are the nights I run.
Sorry, you need to take care of yourself, man.
But no, I mean, for one thing, nobody should go to Lottie's.
That's not true.
And
That's
I
a
mean
great
that
mic.
from the bottom of my
Great
heart.
mic in the city.
And also, I just don't need people.
Haven't had a good set there in probably over a year, but
I don't think that's right. You had a cool set
since
the other
last
night.
year.
Maybe late 2024. You had a good set.
Yeah, I agree with that. What were you saying though?
But I just don't like people say like, "Oh, I want to come see you," and it's not super fun for me to have people I know go to my shows.
Adds stress.
I don't like. I'm not like. Oh, I'm not like excited to have people I know watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also it's like such a roll of the dice whether or not that show is even going to be decent.
Be fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
It would be sick if it was like prime time, like a sold out prime time.
Sure. Yeah.
But
Or
that's
like
just such an ideal
Laugh
scenario.
Factory or
Yeah,
Zanies
yeah,
or
yeah,
something,
yeah.
but like a bar show.
I actually invited people to the Vouch show because I was like,
Which
you,
is-
you
that was a-
motherfuckers should show up to this.
Yeah.
And then of course nobody did.
Yeah, that's a good show though.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
has the Laugh Factory name, so.
Don't
people,
say anything, but I'm gonna show you this.
Oh fuck, man!
Don't
I'm
say
so
anything.
sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but
I'm so sorry. To find out, to have that news thrown at you live on the pod.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's all right.
That's fucked up. I thought that issue was done.
Me too. I thought that was.
I thought we were far removed from it.
I thought it was a thing of the past.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, but nobody. The twins that are leaving my gym, they came over to the desk. They're leaving on like Wednesday, and they're like, "Can we come see a show of yours before we leave?" And I was like, "I don't have any shows." And then they were like, "Oh no!" And then they went over. They weren't gonna fucking come.
They
But
did
my
not
my
care.
other coworker looks at me and she was like, "Did you just lie to them because you didn't want them to come?" And I was like, "No, I'm genuinely very bad." It's not there yet.
Oh man.
But 7 years.
What bits have you been working on lately?
Fucking bike cops.
The bike cop bit is coming together though.
Sort of. The
Yeah.
last 3 times I've done it, it's gone horrendously.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I want to put some stuff together. I have a ton of stuff. I don't know. I know you're going to make fun of me for this cuz I have a bunch of stuff on like heaven, just like a bunch of little throwaway jokes about heaven cuz I think about heaven so much
Yeah.
cuz I'm really ethereal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I control F heaven in my notes, and if I put all those together, I'd have like like 7 or 8 minutes on heaven,
Wow.
but it's all like kind of loose. It's the only common theme is heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also I want to do some writing about dogs and like Jurassic Park, that one.
Oh, the Jurassic Park one's
But
funny.
I
Yeah.
keep fucking running into I feel so two-dimensional in my thinking whenever I'm looking at my own writing.
Sure. I feel very stuck on the Time Out on Hate one.
Yeah,
I know it has a ton of potential, and I just can't
I'm just waiting
expand it.
to buy that off you.
I'm never gonna give it to you. It makes
It's
me
so
so.
good.
It makes me so mad that you ask.
So good, dude.
I
I'm trying to
know.
motivate you.
It does motivate me, but yeah,
$50.
never. No, I don't.
It's
know.
such a good premise.
Yeah, I think that's like one of my stronger premises. We've talked about this. Most of my bits like don't have super strong premises, really. Oh my god,
You get another text.
I better not.
Can I
be.
see?
No. It's
What?
the same thing.
Oh man,
Yeah.
double down.
Yep, that's a bummer.
You gotta put the mic to it, dude. You just farted for no reason. That's
I
okay.
farted for no reason. There was a reason for
Yeah,
sure.
I actually feel really fucked up about saying that. I feel like you got a little hurt. You're like, oh, you don't enjoy my farts anymore?
Yeah.
Dude, it's funny because whenever I tell people about you, I say this. I have a friend named Drew, best farter I've ever heard in my life. His farts are nuts, dude. There was that one night I dropped you off, and you were outside, and it was like 20 degrees, and you're like, "Hey, Harry," and you just stared at me and farted, and it like echoed right near Sophia's place.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happens.
It's so frustrating how earth-shattering my farts are when I'm by myself, but then when I'm with people who I want to fart loudly in front of, my asshole gets all fucking shy
Yeah.
and silent.
Stage fright.
It just sounds like I'm fucking shooting darts.
Yeah.
It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to find a woman who, her and I are both just,
Blasting ass all day.
blasting ass.
Just stinking up the place.
I want it to just be heavy.
Just fucking and farting all day.
fucking and farting. Farting and fucking.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's
Kind of like a queef, but out of her asshole. Dude, when I was in Australia.
If you can imagine a queef coming out of a woman's butthole.
If you could ever imagine such a crazy thing.
Yeah.
When I was in Australia, you know how Mark Norman says queef a lot? Like
He says
like,
it
queef
all the
up.
time. Yeah.
I said it. I said like, I'm such a queef in Australia. And the girl we were staying with, she was like, ew, why would you say that? And I was like, huh? And she was like, don't call yourself a queef. Yeah, because when you really think about what you're doing, you are calling yourself a pussyfart.
When you think about the true meaning of
The
the
real
word,
ramifications of
yeah.
saying that.
When you think about the historical context,
Yeah,
yeah.
but you can't forget.
No, never
Yeah.
forget history.
Mm. We should make a documentary, like a deep dive on the history of FUPAs.
Oh, dude, a FUPA documentary would be so
FUPA
sick.
doc.
Do you think there's like an ancient culture where like FUPAs were like sought after?
Mhm.
Like the woman with the biggest FUPA was like
Dude,
the most attractive?
I was telling Matt about it from the Marco Polo book.
Oh,
Where
really?
at super high altitude somewhere in China,
Yeah.
all the mountain fucking goats or whatever, they're all like super fat
Goats or women?
goats.
Oh.
But the women, he literally said in his journal, he was like, the women seem to model their bodies after
The goats.
the goats.
Okay.
And in that, the biggest, beefiest ones are perceived as the most attractive
Wow.
by the rest of the village.
That's awesome.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
So I think that
But was
FUPAs
there any mention of the FUPA though, specifically?
So no, that would be crazy if in Marco Polo's travels he was like, there was a FUPA. I saw this FUPA on the Silk Road.
Yeah.
It was unlike
There
any
was
FUPA I'd ever seen
a
before.
tribe of women with pronounced FUPAs.
Like the Amazonians, but much more of a FUPA.
How do you say FUPA in Spanish?
FUPA.
Dude.
Dude, should I make a FUPA edit?
Oh my god, another one, man.
No way. Can I see?
What is going on? I don't want to.
Speaking of FUPAs. Oh man, does this happen a lot?
This is very out of the ordinary.
Dude,
It's got me really concerned.
I'm really sorry. I know I've said that a million times, but
That's all right.
it doesn't. I know it's not gonna. Doesn't give you any solace.
I'll just try to transfer it off onto you somehow.
That would be one of the most fucked up things you could possibly do.
It'd be so cool though. What games you been playing, man? You a video game guy? Oh, you play the NHL stuff and the Madden stuff.
I
right?
play by myself. I play way too much Madden. Actually,
Okay.
not that. I play it probably like a game a day.
Okay.
A Madden game a day.
Yeah.
Dude,
Are you
I
getting pretty
had
good?
the most fucking devastating
You got-
loss the other day. I really think about like my Madden career
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah.
like during my regular day,
Mm.
to the point where I've been like grumpy, and people have been like, "Why are you upset?" And I have to lie to them
Mm.
because Madden's not been going that well. But I made it to the AFC Championship. It was the only time I'd ever been completely undefeated getting to that game. And I mean, in this current iteration of like this guy's career, this Harry Meredith,
Yeah.
and I'm on the Patriots too,
Yeah.
'cause Brady retired, and I'm against the Browns. The previous year I had lost to them 'cause of glitch in the AFC Championship, and then this year we were a tie game. I have like 40 seconds. I'd get us down the field into field goal territory. Field goal, 'cause I can't control the field goal. I'm just the QB.
Yeah.
Field goal gets blocked by the CPU.
That's tight.
They get the ball in overtime. Ends my season. Ends a perfect season.
Wow.
I threw like 4 touchdowns, had a rushing touchdown. There goes my legacy.
Yeah.
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 It's very upset. It makes you really understand that like that life is not fair. I learned more about how life's not fair from playing a football simulation than from actually having like my dad die.
It also shows you like how hard it is to win a real Super Bowl.
It does. It puts it
Right.
into perspective.
Yeah.
Some would say it's almost harder to do it in Madden.
Do you think so?
Yeah, probably. I think professional athletes have it incredibly easy. No, I don't. I actually respect everybody that does professional sports except for women. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's obviously a joke. Caitlyn Jenner. I mean,
Caitlyn Jenner was
Caitlyn
good.
Clark. Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn
Fuck.
Jenner was
Caitlyn
good. back
Jenner.
in the
Well,
day.
Bruce Jenner was good.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner still is good.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Clark is my favorite current athlete.
Yeah.
So that was obviously a joke.
Mm.
God,
Caitlyn-
she's so perfect.
Caitlyn Jenner, not a great race car driver.
No. No. Yeah, she murdered people.
Yep.
What was I gonna say? Women's sports.
Is
is
that a murder?
the involuntary? I guess it's manslaughter, which sounds worse than murder to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Alec Baldwin did. Involuntarily slaughtered that. Slaughter is such a horrible.
It's a horrible word. It
Yeah.
sounds so nasty.
Slaughter is like, I think of like pigs
Yeah.
getting
Pigs
slaughtered.
and cows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse. Yeah.
Manslaughter. You're slaughtering a man?
Yeah.
I would never slaughter a man unless it was involuntary.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't guarantee I won't.
So
do,
I guess
do
murder.
something involuntarily.
Yeah, yeah. The Norm thing where he's like, I don't know, there's no river long enough that doesn't contain a bend.
Yeah.
But I believe I would not murder someone in cold blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I respect professional athletes,
Mm-hmm.
especially the ones I want to be friends with.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Hughes, out for the season for the Devils,
Oh.
hockey player.
Yeah, I think you posted about that guy.
I did.
He's pretty good.
He's a generational talent. He's the franchise, yeah.
So he's young. Is he? Was
He's
it
my
his
age.
Rookie year?
No, he's been in the show for a couple of years.
Or? Okay.
But the ultimate plan, which is why I started this podcast, is to
have him on.
move to New York and then eventually get to the point where, I'm blowing up. Everybody's like, you got to see this Harry Meredith guy.
Yeah.
Jack Hughes comes to a show.
Uh-huh.
He's like, you're pretty, kind of like a Shane Gillis thing.
Sure.
Where he's like friends with all these NFL players.
Yeah,
That, but NHL.
with like Nate Diaz and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. But I don't think I'm cool enough to pull that off, though. Shane has an allure to him, and I feel like I'm...
Jack Hughes, is he better than Bedard?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Bedard was supposed to be like the next Gretzky.
Bedard's really good,
Is
if I'm
he?
being honest.
Yeah.
Bedard's wrist shot is unfucking believable.
What's a wrist shot?
It's a type of... It's just... There's like a slap shot where you're pulling it all the way back.
Oh,
wrist
okay.
shot is where you don't take it off the puck.
Okay.
You just fucking...
It's like a finesse.
You like pull it back, and then you flex your stick, and you push.
Yeah, I could
then
do.
it's-
I could
there's
do
a
that. I could do
snapshot.
that.
But his... Okay. There's a line that I have, and I just decided where it is, or I found out where it is. But yeah, his wrist shot, his release time is just like, it's ungodly. It's so insane. It looks like he's doing nothing.
Yeah.
So that kid's wrists are nuts. Also,
Yeah.
he's like a robot. I'm pretty sure he's AI.
Oh,
He has no expression.
was he not the one that had sex with somebody's mom?
No, there was a rumor that I think Nick Foligno had sex with his mom.
Oh, somebody had sex with his mom. No wonder
Yeah.
he's a robot, dude.
Yeah. I think he was a robot prior to that.
Prior to
And
his
that
mom
might've, like,
having sex
short-wired.
with somebody.
Short circuited.
Short circuit.
But I don't think he actually had sex with his mom.
What makes you think that?
It's a good point. I don't really know anybody in the NHL.
It's nice you gave the guy the benefit of the doubt. But I guess we're not supposed to even be talking about this anymore.
No,
right?
dude.
Because
Also, literally, the United Center is right down that. They could probably fucking wire us and hear something, and then. Because if I, dude, I don't know. If I get a bad look I already said those things about Mark Norman.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, dude, I'm kind of afraid that if Caitlin Clark listened to my pod, because if we start talking, she's gonna go through all the eps.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the time it's just me like saying how much like professing my love for her, which could be creepy.
Yeah. Do you still love her? Because I feel you don't talk about it
I
that much
definitely do.
anymore.
I definitely do.
You do.
My
Okay.
Explore page features her a lot less now, but
It's the off season.
It's
though, I
because it's
guess.
off season, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll
Have
still
you followed what
catch a
she's
golf
up?
video.
Have you followed what she's up to? She's golfing.
She's golfing, dude.
We
You
gotta
and I
golf
gotta
soon.
golf.
We're gonna golf soon for sure.
We gotta golf.
I'm
You
so
and I
excited.
have to get to the point. I mean, this is really a dream for us together.
Yeah.
Like our whole core friend group, we all want to rise together. But you and I specifically, we need to get good enough to where we can just become dog shit at comedy and amazing at golf.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I
make
would
a
be
living at
very
comedy?
happy. Yeah, I would be so happy if we were doing a weekend together and we both ate shit on stage and then we just got a nice 18 in.
That'd be sick. So, dude, I don't know what your April's like, but so I'm going to LA.
April 1st, I'm free.
Don't even, dude. I'm out of town April 1st. So next weekend
Are you really?
I'm out of town. I'm in LA.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's soon.
but the weekend after that,
That's soon.
Sophia's out of town. So we could maybe go golfing that weekend if you don't have work. You could always
I'll ditch.
Yeah, like you did
No,
it for
I'll have a
hardwood.
day off
Okay.
where I could definitely golf
Sick.
during the week.
No, I can't do it during the week. I've got work. And I just said she's out of town on the weekend.
I thought you said the week.
No. I would never say she's.
I'm gonna delete this part of the pod, where, dude. 'Cause sometimes I look like a fool,
You do look
and
like
people,
a huge dumbass.
because I want to like give the impression that I'm like an omniscient being,
Mm.
but I think that people are starting to see through the cracks.
Yeah, I don't think anyone ever thought you were that.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even. What was I gonna say? Weekend. I could still probably swing that.
Yeah, we'll
Get
figure it out.
Swing that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Writing a golf screenplay, not a big deal. Dude, you should read Golf is Not a Game of Perfect.
Oh, is it good?
It's amazing. By Bob
you have
Rotella. I do.
Give it to me.
I will.
All right.
I'll give it to you with Blood Meridian.
Sick.
Yeah, and in exchange, you can go get my book from Sam's.
Okay. I do go hang out with Anthony sometimes.
Dude, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Sam that much.
Yeah.
If you could, next time you go over there, just sneak into Sam's room. I'm sure the book is under some ungodly pile of fucking
Filth,
Wendy's
yeah.
fucking
It's probably
burger
like
wrappers
in
and
a
shit.
Wendy's bag.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get me my grease-stained book.
Dude, I just realized I dropped my car off at the auto shop, and there's a fucking bag of Wendy's in the middle console.
Oh,
Like,
you're gross.
it's empty. It's empty. But I didn't take it inside to throw it away because I didn't want my girlfriend to see it. When you have a girlfriend, sometimes you hide your fast food out of shame.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody else that did it too. I can't remember who it was. Oh, I think it was maybe Joe Fernandez.
That's funny.
Shout out Joe Fernandez.
Shout out Joe Fernandez. I need to have him on the pod.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah.
I love Joe.
I've now gotten to the point with the pod where I just forget to schedule it. Or I don't forget. I'm just like, oh God, I have to ask someone if they want to do it.
Do you dread doing stuff like that?
Yeah, that's way harder than doing the pod.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, would you want to do it? And then having to be like, when are you available? And then
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
available this day, but not this day. What about this time? No, not
I
that
hate coordinating stuff.
time. Oh my God, it sucks so much.
I kind of like, part of me wishes every single thing I just did like alone, so that I never had to coordinate anything.
Solitude's so beautiful.
Solitude is great.
Whenever I can close at work by myself,
Oh,
I
it's so
revel
nice.
in that opportunity.
It's so nice.
People be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm leaving early. And I'll be like, get the fuck out, dude.
Yeah, not leaving early enough.
I'm going to play rainforest sounds by myself while I tie up ropes.
I gotta listen to more rainforest sounds.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I don't know how I didn't
You
think
hear
of
like a
that.
babbling creek.
Yeah. Are there creeks in the rainforest? Is that right? Creek seems like southern
Creeks are
US.
offshoots of rivers.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
Get right out of town.
April 1st, you will be.
Oh,
What a gay thing for me to say.
that was so stupid.
I don't have a problem with the gays, though.
I don't either.
I think I might be. No. Huh? I had a girlfriend who never fully believed that I was not gay.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She thought you were gonna.
I just joked about it too much. And then the chess girl that I went on a bunch of dates with, I told her a quote from Chris Stefano that she really did not like.
Oh yeah. What was the quote?
The quote was, I have sex with women, I fall in love with men.
Wow, that's
Which
pretty
is
good.
it's a quote.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
actually pretty good. Though.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And I fall in love with men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely have spent time with some guys and been like, I could spend the rest of my life with you.
You can say it, man. Yeah.
It's bothering me how crooked your windows are.
Yeah, they're not even close.
They're really not.
I don't really understand how that's possible either.
Yeah, I also wanted to see what the situation is outside.
Yeah, we're almost at an hour, so
Are we really?
if you want to wrap this up, do you want to check TikTok really quick? And
Oh yeah, do you want to see your TikTok?
yeah,
I can't believe you're on TikTok. I don't fuck with it.
I literally never go on TikTok.
Yeah.
That's why putting this up was, let's check Instagram first. Oh, that was good. Okay, Instagram, we are up to 131K.
That's huge.
TikTok, so last time I checked, it was like 20 minutes ago, 13,000 likes in the
Wow.
past. Oh no, that was like an hour ago. Up to 872K.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
Can I see your whole page?
it's pretty lame. I like never post on TikTok.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's yeah,
That's pretty wild, dude.
it's pretty wild. Means nothing.
That
Yeah.
that's a good thumbnail.
Which one?
What do you think? That's a good thumbnail. The one where you just have text and the
Dude, some of those do well.
Yeah.
They get a couple thousand.
That is pretty good. With it, motherfuckers. That's funny.
Yeah, I got that Rudolph clip
Uh-huh.
is, in my opinion, the best like 2 minutes of stand up I've ever done in my life.
Oh, really?
Truly, yeah.
Damn.
I listened back to that set and I haven't done the joke since because I'm just like I can't do this as well as I did.
That's such a stupid attitude to have.
But the way I did it was so fluid and not planned and like sort of like off the cuff that it's like if I try to replicate it, it's gonna seem so manufactured.
I will listen to it after the
All right.
pod.
I don't know if I can ever do it. I just feel like
You
that bit
you
will never
absolutely
do that
can.
well ever again.
You absolutely can, dude. Where was it? Where did you do it?
It was at the Annoyance Theater.
Oh,
at
dude,
the open mic.
The Friday night mic.
I
dude,
miss that mic so
it was
much.
so good. That room was so good.
I know. I fucking truly love that mic.
That was a fun mic.
And there's Power Hour, but I get out of work too late to go to Power Hour.
Yeah. There's another Friday one that Matt goes to.
Yeah, there's nothing else, man. No, I'm kidding. I'll look into that. Well,
But I think that one's early. But did we get an hour in?
yeah.
Sick, dude. I feel like that was pretty solid. I
Should
guess.
we get food and then write?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
100%.
We should. So we're gonna end the pod, listen to the Rudolph thing,
Uh huh.
and then we're gonna get food,
And then right.
and then we're gonna quickly talk about the guitar stand,
Okay.
and then we're gonna write.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man.
Do you have anything that you want to say?
I mean, you and I are roasting each other
Oh yeah,
Thursday.
March 27th. Jesus Christ.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
327.
Yeah.
Thursday, March 27th. I am
Roast.
roasting Drew Gregory at Old Town Zanies.
And I am roasting Harry Meredith at Old Town Zanies.
Should we clip this up and promo it?
It's gonna be no holds barred.
No holds barred. I might cut myself saying that after you did it.
Okay.
Rear naked choke.
Yeah.
I might not bar that one. Wait. All right. I'm going to get out of here.
All right. See you guys later.